You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop on the road of life. You can't stop. You can't stop moving. Keep move. Keep that pace. You switching to gear. Let's go as we climb up the hill. Don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working. It's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady. Don't watch the clock go roll. Cycle.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing on You Can Do It Wednesdays? This is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world. Now y'all know, y'all gotta listen.
Learning, always turning later. Cannot stop the time. Always merging into lanes that better suit us as we ride. Switch it up. Switching to gear, let's go. As we climb up the hill, don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working, it's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady, don't watch the clock go round.
That's right. See, every time you start thinking, your wheels are turning. Your wheels are turning in your mind. And you have to decide, are they turning on a positive tip or are they turning on a negative tip? And you got control of that, whether you realize it or not. You have control of your life cycle. You have control of your thoughts. And when you learn that, that's when power returns to you in a great way, in an awesome way, you know? So, as I was saying, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from yourself, saving you from the world, saving you from drowning in some real bull-ish. And this is Chronicles of Living podcast show. The show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know it's normal, folks. Just trying to do the damn thing. You know, that's how we roll, right? So today's topic is forgive, let go, release, and regain your power. So this topic was inevitable because Sunday's show was about appreciating yourself, what you have, and know that you are blessed. And because this time of the year can be such a touchy time for some people because of all that it brings, whether it be having to deal with family, finances, just anything of that nature. Because all through the year, outside of holidays, we're just living our life from day to day. And because we're just living from day to day, we can miss addressing things within us that needs to be addressed. And on a prior show, I touched on giving yourself the present of forgiveness, giving somebody else the present of forgiveness. And I got some good feedback, but I really didn't, I didn't know just how relevant it was. I knew it in my heart, but then when you get feedback, it's like, wow, it really affects people when people hold on to unforgiveness, And the reason why I put it, forgive, let go, release, and regain your power. I put it in that order because that is the order that you can regain your power. Because see, sometimes we can forgive somebody, just say, we just tell the person, I forgive you. But you're saying it just to be saying it sometimes, just to, you think you let it go, but you really didn't. You think you did, you released it, but you really didn't. And the only way you didn't let it go or you didn't release it is because the same person that hurt you, that caused you some pain, as soon as, especially if it's somebody that's close to you, somebody that you talk to on a daily, or maybe somebody that you're in a relationship with, this is how you can tell you didn't let go and you didn't release it. Because you'll get in I'll say, a debate or argument or something, or they'll do something else. And then what you do? You go right back to the thing you told them that you forgive them for, and you rehash that whole story, that whole issue, the whole thing. You just replay it. You just rewind it. Just like I said on my past show, stop rewinding the tape. But yet, you forgave this person. How many years ago? How many weeks ago? How many days ago? You say out your mouth, I forgive you. But yet, you didn't let it go. You didn't release it from your heart. And there lies the problem. There lies the power surge, the power stiller, the power, the thing that we have to resurge in our power. I'll say it that way. Because see, as I said before, unforgiveness causes sickness. It causes dis-ease. Okay? Dis-ease. That's how they came up with that word, is dis-ease, in your body. And it depends on what type of unforgiveness will affect different organs in your body. And I'm definitely going to do a show on chakras. I'm still learning about them, and I want to be very clear. But I've been, reading on different things, and as I read, it's consistent when they talk about, as far as anger affecting, I believe anger affects your kidneys and fear affects your lungs. A lot of people get cancer because they're holding unforgiveness somewhere. It's something that they're holding on to. And you could get cancer in other ways. Food, it can come about, sometimes without nobody knowing how. But a lot of times it comes from the disease, the dis-ease in your body because of something that you haven't dealt with yet. I was reading a book, listening to one of the people that I listened to, and she was talking about, her name is Dolores Cannon, and she was talking about how she had a client that came in with cancer, and she asked him, who is it that you didn't forgive? What are you angry about? And he said his wife. He said his wife took the kids. They went through divorce. The wife took the kids. The wife wouldn't let him see the kids. And he kept getting cancer. They would operate, they would get rid of the cancer, and then it would show up in another part of his body because he was holding on to this anger. And she told him, like, listen, you're not going to heal until you forgive her. And then he said he couldn't because of the fact that, she took the kids and no telling what else she did. And he just couldn't let it go. And I mean, rightfully so, because those were partly his kids. I don't know the whole story about their marriage. I just know that part, far as what I read or what she talked about. And it's a lot of people that live their life that way, and if you listen to some of my past podcasts, you'll hear me talk about that I was so-called married. To me, it was a play. It was the whole wedding, everything. It was just a play. It was foreplay. We got married for play because it really wasn't a marriage. Nevertheless, it was a great experience for me. And it helps me to make you understand the importance of forgiveness. We had gained a lot together. I walked away from a whole lot, including my job. And I had to start all over, I was talking to one of my loved ones, and, I had to have this conversation with her about me feeling like she downplays some of the things that I go through. And I had to wait for the right opportunity to come up so she could understand and I can address it. And I was telling her, I had to walk away from everything for my happiness. I had to forgive, let go, and release so I could regain my power. You know what I mean? I was at my job for like 5 years at that time, and I was making good money, and I was young. And here I was, and I had my son. Thank God for my mom. I went straight to her house. I left my house. I had properties that we both had together. I let everything go. I'm like, listen, you can have everything. Just sign the papers. That's all I need from you. Just sign the freaking papers. Although he didn't want to, and I had to go another route. But nevertheless, the moral of this story is I still wanted him to be a part of my son's life for my son. I still was trying to keep it civil for my son, regardless of what transpired, what he did, because this is what I realized. It's what he did. Those were his actions. I can't control his actions, only control mine. And I felt like, okay, somebody got to be the same parent. Somebody got to take care of this responsibility. So I got to shake this off. Okay, I can start all over. Let me get my power back, release all of that, release every connection, regardless. My lawyer was like, no, you need to get some of these properties to take care of your child and this and that and the other. And I just was telling her, like, look, it's all materialistic. It's all, I can get it back. It doesn't matter to me. My happiness is more important because my happiness is important because guess what? If I'm miserable, then my child is going to pick that up. I don't want him to be miserable. I focused on the joy that I had, and the joy was my son. I got my son out the deal. So that became my new focus, How am I going to rebuild my life from here? Let me release and let go and wish him well. You know what I mean? Because out of the chaos, he blessed me with a son. So, hey, there it goes. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I never held on to unforgiveness. I did. In my 20s, I was a trip. I had, a relationship before my son's father that I went back and forth, and we both would go and hurt each other. You know, he would do something, I would do something back to hurt him because I was hurt. You know, we would just go back and forth hurting each other. But at the end of the day, what did it do? It didn't do nothing. We both sitting there hurt, knowing we both really cared for each other, but we couldn't get past the hurt because we both didn't grow enough to realize that we don't have to do that to each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's just address what's the issue inside of us individually. And if we don't work, okay, we just don't work. Let's just move on. Peace out. Deuces. You know what I'm saying? But there's no need for you to make yourself sick over somebody that did you wrong, did you dirty, or however you feel about it. There's no reason for you to get a dis-ease in your body because of all the things that somebody's actions caused. Understand what I'm saying? Somebody else's actions. You let somebody else's actions cause you to get sick or to have dis-ease. And now when I'm saying dis-ease, I'm talking about just dis-ease in your feelings. You know what I mean? Every time you see that person, every time you hear that person's name, you get this feeling rumbling in your stomach, like, ugh, you know? And I've learned, you know, throughout the years, when I get that feeling inside of me about somebody because they did something to me, I got to address it. I got to work on me because that's not how I want to feel. I'm not going to give nobody else my power, my energy, because I could do so much more with that. You know, it's like we're batteries, and the more we allow people to suck our energy, the more we allow people to suck our power. And then after a while, we don't work anymore. That's kind of like how we are. And then we got to get one of those battery machines and sit on it and reboot. You know? It's like if you went to my blog, you came across the story for Dr. Emoto. And he talked about how water, they discovered that water has memory. And, you know, what you say around water, what you say to the water actually can turn polluted water into good water, into nurturing water. They did a lot of studies on water from different parts of the world, you know, the polluted parts and things of that nature. So just like with water, if water has memory and water can be affected and be polluted from words, and we ourselves are 70% water. 72%, I'm, you know, sometimes when I read up or I listen, one person say 70, one person say 72, somewhere around that. You know, the rest is made up of air, you know, fire, and I'll get into that on another show. But if we're made up of that much water and water has memory, what do you think the words that we hold inside of us, the thoughts that we hold inside of us, the words that we accept from people does to us? It holds the memory. And then the feeling just regurgitates itself at will. And now you could be on this happy path, you know, going through life, la-di-dee, you know, skipping along the way. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes in your path and say, hey, I just ran into such and such. I just ran into Sam. And, yeah, he was asking about you. But Sam think you good. Sam think everything cool because maybe you told Sam you forgave him. Or maybe some years have passed and maybe Sam just forgot about whatever it is that you holding inside of you, and you still hurting. You still feeling the pain from whatever Sam did, whatever that action was at that time. You never addressed it. You never let it go. You never released it. But yet Sam is on with his life. He's happy and he's doing the damn thing. And you sitting there still mad at Sam. What sense do that make? Because that is what happens. The people that you hold unforgiveness over usually just want living their life, doing the damn thing, doing what they want to do. They're not even thinking about you, thinking about what you're hurting from, thinking about what it was they said, they did. They didn't forgot about it and they didn't moved on from it. But you're still holding on to it. You're still sitting there hurting. Let it go. Release. Regain your power. Because when you're stuck on whatever it is, rather be, and what I've noticed is this, because I'm very observant and I listen to people very well. But what I've noticed is this. Sometimes when people keep saying they can't forgive a certain person for whatever they did to them, really, they can't forgive themselves. They can't forgive themselves for allowing, how can I say? I don't want to say it in a way where, because it's not our fault the way people act, but sometimes we can allow the same situation to keep happening over and over again. And then we develop this unforgiveness for ourselves unconsciously. But we think it's the other person that we don't forgive. But really, we don't forgive ourselves for allowing a certain thing to keep happening to us over and over. Keep allowing people to do the same thing to us over and over. And we like going from relationship to relationship. And I'm not even just saying like a intimate relationship. It could be a friendship, going from friendship to friendship, and people keep doing the same thing to you, hurting you in the same way, but yet you don't forgive them. But really, you need to forgive yourself, and you need to let go, and you need to release, and you need to regain your power within inside you, so that the next person that comes along that try to do the same bullshit to you, you're going to acknowledge it. You're going to cut it right there. You're going to cut it at the head and say, no, this is not going down. I'm not going to allow this to happen to me. I'm done with this. You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying on the last show, give yourself the gift of forgiveness. Because once you forgive yourself, then that's where the buck stops, basically. You know what I mean? You cannot go back into the past and do it over. Once you realize that and keep telling yourself that, it's done. It's a done deal. I can't go back. I can't change it. I can't make them change. I can't make them change what they said to me, what they did to me. Okay, moving forward, I'm just not going to allow this type of action to happen to me if it's something that you can control. Because some things you just really can't control that other people do, But if it's something that you can control, if you like say you on to a new relationship and that person starts showing some of the same signs that you dealt with in the past that didn't sit right with you. Okay, you can control that. You can just tell the person, you know what? I don't think that this is going to work out. Nice knowing you, nice meeting you, but I don't think you're the person for me. You can just stop it, just right there, before you even go any further. And that's where the whole believe in people when they show you the first time. That's where that all comes in, as Maya Angelou says. Believe in them when they show you the first time. It's not about, oh, they got potential, I could fix them. That's the problem with us. We think we can fix people. We think we can turn people into who we want them to be, instead of accepting people for who they are, accepting them for their flaws, and meeting them where they are. Everybody's mindset is not going to be like yours. Everybody is not going to zero in that what they said to you or what they did to you was just flat out wrong. Some people just ignorant to that. And I don't mean ignorant in a way of ignorant nasty, but ignorant in not knowing. Some people are just ignorant to the fact that what they do to you is hurting you. It's painful. Especially if you're a person that holds it in and just don't say nothing, but you keep taking it. You know what I mean? And if it's a family member, if it's your mom, if it's your daughter, son, whatever, husband, wife, somebody close to you, sometimes we can try to hold it in because we know, okay, we still got to deal with this person regardless. But no, that's not healthy. You need to get yourself together, calm down, have your self-talk and tell yourself you forgive yourself for whatever part you played in the situation. And then after you self-talk with yourself, after you had that conversation with yourself and you really straight and that you forgave yourself for whatever part you played in it, then you need to go to them when it's a calm day and everything's all good and say, you know what? Can we talk? I really got something that's heavy on my heart, and I would like to talk about it. Just talk about it. You know what I mean? And just come at them just like that. And as I try to tell y'all, when you have conversations, touchy conversations with people, always give praise first. Always start off on a good note and then ease in to whatever it is that's bothering you. Because see, what that does, it is set the tone for the conversation and it will remain a conversation. You tell a person what it is that you like about them first. If you got a problem with them, you tell them, the good things that you gained from their relationship first. Then you go on and talk about the things that they might have did to you that made you feel a certain type of way. Like, Bob, I really like when you come in and you ask how my day was. I really like that. It makes me know that you care about me. So I appreciate you for that. But I just wanted to let you know that when you tell me that, let me think of something. It's kind of hard to think of something negative. When you, tell me that you don't care about my job and you think my job is worthless and, you don't understand why I'm still at my job and things of that nature, that kind of hurts my feelings because I like what I do. I like my occupation. That is where I thrive. And I was hoping that you would be excited about it like I am. So there you go. I just gave you a whole conversation. But I'm just trying to draw a scenario out on how, when you conversate with somebody and you're trying to make them realize that what they're doing is hurting you, that's the only way sometimes you can make them realize it. You have to go in on a conversation tip. See, all that yelling and, arguing, it doesn't do anything. People don't remember what you said except for the jacked up stuff that you say. They'll remember that. And then when you're arguing and you fussing on that level, it's so much anger built up that you keep taking extra jabs at each other. Stuff that you probably wouldn't even say if you were just sitting down and having a regular conversation. And then you can't take that stuff back. And now you move on next week and, you remember what Jack said. Oh, he said that my hair was jacked up. Or he said, it's just hard for me to say. I try to stay positive so much. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect, but it's hard sometimes for me to think of something really jacked up to say. But y'all get the point. You just will remember that thing that Jack said that really hurt your feelings. Even though y'all over that argument, y'all done went out and had a good time for like 2 weeks straight, but it'll just come up and pop in your head, So it's like you got to be careful with the words that you use when you're trying to get through a debate, get through a disagreement. Let me say that. Okay. When you're trying to get through a disagreement, but also in relationships, I would say, let's say a mother and daughter, or a son and a father. Sometimes, parents, they don't even realize what they're doing to their kids. Or kids don't even realize how they're hurting their parents. Again, it's a conversation. And then I'm not sitting here saying that conversation is going to end all and everything's going to be flowers and, roses and life is going to be happy. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying to you is you do your part. You make the person aware of the hurt, of the pain. And if they continue to do it, then I'm sorry. But even if they're a family member, if it's not beneficial to your health, it's not beneficial to your life, you might need to get your distance. Sometimes you got to do that. And that's hard when it's family. It's really hard. And this is the reason why a lot of people go through hurt and pain for so many years, because when it is a family member, when it is a spouse, you feel like you got to stay. You feel like you got to continue to take that. No, you can change your whole vibe and just don't answer to it no more. Whenever somebody come at you, if it's a close family member and they're acting a certain way that hurts you, leave the room. Leave the building. Go and continue and be consistent with it. Because see, when you're consistent, once you tell the person what is not acceptable, once you tell a person how they hurt you, what's painful, and they continue to do it, now it's up to you to set the tone moving forward. You have the power to set the tone moving forward. You have the power to get off the telephone if they talking, real ratchet to you. You have the power to say, you know what? Listen, you have a nice day. When you are ready to talk to me in a respectable tone or in a respectable way, call me back. Straight up. That's all you got to do. And be consistent with it. And after a while, the other person is going to get it. Either they're going to get it and they're going to start changing and moving the way and treating you the way you know you deserve to be treated and the way you value yourself, they're going to start valuing you in that way, or they're going to leave. They're going to let go, release, and keep it moving. And either way it go, whether it's them leaving your life, hey, welcome that. Because if it's not benefiting you, don't hold on to it. That's the part about letting go, releasing. Some of us keep holding on to a relationship that we know is painful. We know it's hurting us. We know it's just knocking us off our square. Why? Why are you holding on? If the person don't get it, maybe they'll get it in the next relationship. But you need to keep it moving for your own health, for your own benefit, for your own power. Because the release part is this. When you forgive, let go, and then release, guess what? When I say you regain your power, not only do you regain your power, but you open your heart and you open your life for new. You open your life and your heart for new people to come in that's going to treat you the way you supposed to be treated, the way you value yourself. But again, you got to value yourself first. And y'all know in plenty of shows, I talk about your self-worth, your value, and knowing what that looks like to you, what that feels like to you. Once you know what it looks like and it feels like to you, then nobody can come along and alter that feeling. You're not going to accept it because you're going to be like, hold up, wait a minute, this don't feel right. This is a person. You are a person. You are an individual. We all are individuals. We don't have to let other people in our life if it don't feel right. I don't understand. Well, I'm not going to sit up here and say that because I've done it in the past. I've let people in my life. I held on to people because we all think that it's going to get better. We all think that the person is going to treat us better. You know, yes, we do. We keep hope alive. We got to keep hope alive. We do. We give people that rope. You know what I mean? I give people a rope to hang themselves. And once they hang themselves, hey, I leave them swinging. For real. Straight up. I'm still going to be cool with you, you know, from a distance. Some, you know, I forgive and I can still chat, and I have truly forgiven people. Like, when I think of some of the things that I've endured from different relationships, different friendships, it's some jacked up stuff. And I'm not sitting up here saying that I haven't did some stuff. Like I said, I was a payback queen. I'm not going to lie. And trust me, you didn't want me to pay you back because you would feel it. But now my payback is I just cut you. I just cut you out of my life. I mean, because like I said, if it's not going to benefit me in a way that it's going to make me feel good to have you in my life, why I gotta have you in my life? I don't. I want to have people in my life that appreciate me. You know what I'm saying? People that value me, that know my worth. And I don't have to second guess it. And I'm always going to come across people that don't appreciate me, that don't value me. But again, I can choose how I want to deal with those people, how much time I want to give those people, how much energy I want to give those people. And you too have that power. Stop walking around here like you're powerless, like people are kryptonite. You know what I mean? You Superman or you Popeye, you need your spinach when you be around them people. No, you don't. It's a mindset. It's a mindset, y'all. Once you get in that mindset that you are more important to you, you will not let nobody bust that bubble. You won't. You will keep that protection, that bubble around you. You know what I'm saying? And you'll know. You'll start observing people. You'll start observing their actions with other people. A lot of times you could just look at how they treat other people. Look at how people treat their family, their spouse, their mother, their father. That tells you a lot about a person. You know what I mean? I love my mom. I would do whatever for her, and she knows. While I was growing up, it's some things that I might not have agreed on, but I know that we are individuals. And unless I say something, and same thing with her, it's some things that she didn't agree on that I might have done. But we had to talk it out. You know what I'm saying? We had to communicate about it. Just because I'm her daughter and she my mom, don't mean that life is perfect. You know what I mean? You got to view people for their strengths. I have my strengths. My mom has her strengths. And you got to accept people's strengths. And when people come up short, whether it's your mom, your dad, whoever, pull their coattail and say, you know what? This part of is affecting me. You know what I mean? Let's see how we can work around this part and where it won't affect me or it won't affect you. How can we work on this? And so, it's one thing that my daughter did. We were talking, and I'm so proud of her for doing this. And her fiance, I'll say, they decided to talk about the things that annoys them and write it out. They decided to just write it out and give each other the list. And they agreed that they wouldn't get mad. You know what I mean? And they would be mindful of it. So my daughter put whatever it is that was on her, put it on her refrigerator so it could remind her. You know what I mean? I just like the creativity of it. Like I told her, I always tell her, like, just like she's annoyed, he's annoyed. And so they came together and decided to be creative about it. You know what I mean? But that's how it goes. Nobody knows until you tell them. Stop holding stuff inside. And then once you tell them, that means that you let go. Once you forgive them, that means that you released. You release them from your heart. And whatever they do after that, it's on them. You did your part. You let it go. You forgave them. You told them you forgave them. And every time that dis-ease, not the dis-ease sickness, but that dis-ease feeling comes in your heart about that person or whatever they did, forgive again. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Keep forgiving. Say it to yourself. I forgive them, God. Please help me release this pain. Help me release this hurt from my heart. I had to do that. I had to do that when one of my exes, like, I just want to be done. I want to be done with this hurt. I want to be done with this pain. You know what I mean? Because it was so on and off. It was just so much drama. For what? You know what I'm saying? And I had to ask God every time I had that feeling, like, that just was not cool what he did, you know. But I also know there were things that I did that hurt him. It's never one-sided. You know, in some cases it is if you get into an abusive relationship, but it's still not one-sided. Because if you get into an abusive relationship and at the point that it becomes abuse, you have the power to go. You have the power to leave. You have the power to call somebody to get some help. There are plenty of helplines out here. And I'm not saying it's simple if you got kids and you're not working and all that. But at some point, you have to regain your power. And you have to know that, especially if you have kids in a situation, that they deserve better. They didn't ask for it. So you got to find a strength to figure out a way out of that situation. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry I'm like real serious about this, but this is the season to be jolly. And some folks aren't. And I just want everybody, before going into 2018, grab your family members, one-on-one, your friends, your spouse, whoever you still want in your life. I'll say it that way, because there's some folks that, listen, they can stay gone. I'm good. But the people that you want in your life, have that conversation. Even if you said you forgave them in the past and you still feel like you're not all the way there, maybe you need to have another conversation with them and work it out. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter who it is, none of us are perfect. Even my son, my daughter, there are some things that they felt some type of way that I did, and I let them address me. It's things that they did, and I definitely addressed them that hurt my feelings, or I hurt theirs. And I definitely would say to them, well, you know what? I apologize. I didn't know that. I'll do better. I'll work on that. And they say the same thing. It's just that simple. And like I said, if it's a person that just don't want to hear what you're saying, kick rocks. Or, like I said, if it's somebody you got to live with, set that tone and be adamant about it. Be consistent. Because when you start changing your whole cycle, first of all, it throws people off. They get confused. Like, hold up. She not arguing back. What's up with that? You walk out, you just like, cooking your food, letting them go on about what they saying, and just, matter of fact, go get some earphones, throw on some music, whatever. They'll get it. After a while, it's not fun to them no more. Once they see they can't push your buttons no more, the game is over. You won. That's what it's all about. Stop letting people push your buttons. People gonna do what they want to do. And sometimes, like I said, they got their own embedded issues. And because they know that you're a person, maybe kind-hearted person, they use you as the punching bag. I'm not saying physically, but I'm saying mentally. Because they feel like, oh, they can take it. Sometimes that's what it is. So stop taking people personal. Stop taking people personal. It's not personal. Everybody acts out for something that they're dealing with inside, including me. You know what I'm saying? As I said, when I was hurting, I wanted people to hurt back. But once I matured and I understood not to take people personal, and that I was giving my power away, I was giving my energy away, and that's something that I need for me, for my purpose in life, for my kids, for my family. I stopped. And that's just where I'm at in life. And this is how I keep my youth. I keep my energy. This is how I stay happy. And I just want everybody to feel the same way. Yeah, you're going to have your down moments, but for the most, when you forgive people and you let that dis-ease out of your body, out of your feelings, out of your mind, out of your thought, out of your spirit, out of your soul, you free yourself and you regain your power. So there it is. Forgive, let go, release, and regain your power. Hey, y'all, it's the holiday season. It's the end of the year. Let's be happy. Let's spread joy. Let's spread love. And like I said, I'm not talking about rehash with people that are not beneficial to your life. I'm talking about those who you still want in your life. That's what I'm talking about. Work it out. Okay? And if it's your mom, your daughter, or whatever, and they still don't get it, like I said, just got to love them from afar. It's okay. Let it go and live your life. Okay? So, until I'm losing my days. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Everybody that's listening, I really pray you have a very happy holiday season. Enjoy your family. Enjoy yourself, okay? Enjoy yourself this year, this season. Do that, okay? Whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like, enjoy yourself. Love yourself. So until Sunday, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, saving you from yourself, from just drowning in some real bull-ish. I love you guys. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Until next time, this is Adionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.